Good, good evening and welcome back once again. Mousy, you're most welcome. Those joining us, you're most welcome to tonight's discussion once again. Two people are live on the feed, and if you can hear me, write yes in the comment section. Mousy, Mousy, you're most welcome. And Edmond, all of you, you're most welcome to tonight tutorial. We are going to share something very important once again for our cherished promotion candidate. Frank Ntiamwa, you're most welcome. 11 people, just like the video, like the video. It's very important. All of you are most welcome to tonight's discussions once again. Now the index numbers are out. I hope you can hear my voice. Um, Someone should alert me in the comment section if you can hear my voice. Good evening, sir. Abubakari. Abubakari, I'm most grateful for your support. Thank you so much, Abubakari. You're most welcome too. Now, I hope those joining us have gotten their index numbers. Audu Fuseni, yes. Also James, you're most welcome. I hope all of you have gotten your index numbers, or you are yet to receive your index numbers. I can hear you. I can hear your voice. Okay. Rejoice. Rejoice. Thank you for hearing my voice. I hope most of you have gotten your index numbers. And if you haven't gotten it, let's pray that we have a chunk of numbers. They need to deal with a chunk of numbers. So if you have not gotten your own will come. AC, you're most welcome. You're most welcome to tonight's tutorial. Yet to receive. Also, James, if you actually qualified for the promotion aptitude test, you get yours. Yet to receive. Also, James, I know for sure they are still sending the numbers. We have a large number, and it takes time for them to do that. Your own will surely come. Other regions have not yet received. It seems Ashanti region that first received, yes. I hope everybody will receive before before the 29th and 30th comes. You're most welcome. Tonight's tutorial involves a lot. Make sure that you stay till the end of the tutorial. There are things that we may discuss. If you don't stay till the end, you may not get it. You may come back to watch, but I cannot respond to you. That is the ultimate truth. Good evening, sir. Daniel, is it Ketchup? You're most welcome. You're most welcome wherever you're watching me. 31 people on the live feed. So everybody, try and like the video. Try and like the video. It's very important. Let's jump into tonight's discussion, or tonight's questions areas that are most important for our promotion aptitude test. 48, like the video. So let's deal with the questions. I've prepared a chunk of them to deal with tonight. Now, which of the following is a direct method of teaching? When we are talking about a direct method of teaching, is also a teacher-centered method of teaching. Direct. So the teacher controls everything. He handles everything. He is very active in the learning process. while the learners are passive in the classroom. So discovery learning, cooperative, and problem solving, these are method of teaching that are that are learner centered. But the lecture method is also known as a direct method that is handled by the teacher. It's a method used by teachers to handle a large number of students. So when we're talking about direct, the indirect is the learner centered. So the indirect, you can talk about discovery, you can talk about role play, you can talk about discussion, you can talk about cooperative, you can talk about problem solving, project work, and the likes. These um, these are these are learner-centered method of teaching. Learner-centered. Now, the direct instruction method utilizes the following level of Bloom taxonomy. Which of them is not part? Except so in the direct, it deals with the teacher giving out knowledge for learners to understand, um, learners to get the information, um, and learners to apply the information. But when we talk about analysis, that's where we use discussion method, problem solving method. These are learner centered methods. So analysis is an indirect method of teaching using the Bloom taxonomy. So analysis, learners discuss, analyze things before they get the knowledge. So it is very much of importance that you know this before you go and write your promotion exams. Now, dash focus on future behavior. Dash focus on future future behavior or the foreseen behavior. That is discipline. So discipline is something that focus on the future behavior that intend to correct the learner or intend to put the learner in the right perspective. So discipline is something that focus on the learner changing to a positive behavior. So have it in mind. Sorry, my voice is not good tonight, but I was down yesterday. But through your prayers, we are still strong. Now, the purpose of discipline in a classroom is to do what? Purpose of discipline. If there is discipline in the classroom, this is what you expect. If there is discipline in the classroom, it's calls for the improvement of the learner. Give me a minute. It calls for improvement in the classroom. So when there is discipline in the classroom, it promotes growth. What disciplined, the positive effects of discipline is growth or improvement in the classroom of the learners. So have it in mind. So the purpose of discipline in the classroom is to promote growth, to promote growth. Now, under the condition of teaching and learning, the condition under which teaching and learning takes place is known as what? The condition under which learning, teaching and learning takes place is called the school climate. So school climate is talking about the condition in which teaching and learning take place. So if there is a conducive teaching and learning environment. It helps teaching and learning. So when we talk about the condition under which teaching and learning happen, we are talking about the school climate. They also have the school culture. The school culture are the beliefs and the norms, the beliefs and the norms and the shared values. Those are when we mention the shared values, the beliefs and the norms, we are talking about the school culture. But when we are talking about the condition under which teaching and learning happen, we are dealing with um, school climate. So have it in mind. J. Francis, you're right, school climate. Now, the following are characteristics of a school of a good tone. What is a good tone? We have school with a good tone, that is very conducive environment with a good leadership, there is cordiality or there is collegiality in that school. The head and the staff are very fine in relationship. Then it transcends to the learners. The learners and the teachers or the staff are also having a very good relationship. So when there is all these characteristics happening in the classroom or in that school, we say that that is a good tone of a school. So a good tone, the following are characteristics of a school of a good tone. That is, except, so when we have a good tone of the school, we have good environment or conducive environment, the sanitation aspect is perfect. Then we also have the students are very active in learning process or learning processes or curriculum activities and co-curriculum activities. Then the teachers prepare lesson notes, submit in time, and work in all aspect of their academic activities to help the school to grow. Then the head or the leader of the school is having a cordial relationship. There is um, a good communication, there is transparency in everything that is done in that school. So if you have a good tone of a school, these are the things that happen in the school. So situation where a teacher punishes students to enforce school rules and regulations are not a good tone of the school. And there are exceptions that may happen. But if it is a situation where there's always punishment, that school is not having a good tone. There is indiscipline. When there's indiscipline in that school, the tone of the school is not good. So have it in mind before you go and write your promotion exam. Tonight we need to cover a lot of areas. So we'll go with this a very high speed. Now, the art of teachers working together towards a common goal and understanding can be referred to as what? So when teachers come together, share ideas, share knowledge, work together as team, collaborate as one, we call it collegiality. Collegiality. So collegiality of education is where teachers work together as a team towards a common goal and understand one another in the learning environment. And in doing this, it helps that school to move forward. So collegiality is talking about shared responsibility, teamwork, their respect for one another. There's good relationship among them. That is collegiality in that school. So you get to a school where they team up as one and work together. You will never see who is a senior, who is a junior. There is a unity among them. That is collegiality. So have it in mind. Now, with collegiality in education, teachers do the following. Like what I've mentioned, there's shared ideas, They come together to share ideas, they support one another, they live as a community, they respect one another, they work as a team, and they collaborate. So these are the characteristics of collegiality in a certain school. Sorry, in a certain school. And we need to learn this and apply them in our various schools. Now, when we talk of mode of school is also known as a good tone of a school. So a good tone of a school is also known as mode of the school. Mode, the conditions under which um, people work in a particular setting or in a particular school setting. So the mode of a school is also known as the tone of the school. So have it in mind when you meet it anywhere, you're able to do justice to this and able to pass promotion aptitude test. Potofi from Accra, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. I hope Accra is cool. I hope you have gotten your index number. You are close to you are close to the area. I know you have gotten your index number. If you haven't, then let's pray that you also get it. Now, which of the following is a current reform initiative in Ghana's education system? Ghana's education system. The current reform initiative of is the introduction of the pre-tertiary curriculum reform through NACA. That is another current issue. That is the curriculum. Pre-tertiary curriculum is an example of current initiative reform, and it's through NACA who does this. We'll come and look at NACA 2 at the appropriate time. Hope everything shall be well. Now, the action teachers take to create learning environment that supports students and promote successful instruction is known as well. Take this question carefully. I said, take this question carefully. Is it likely that you see this question? So the action teachers take to create learning environment that support students and promote successful instruction is referred to as well. It's referred to as classroom management. So classroom management are the measures that as a teacher you take in the classroom that will support learners to learn and more to the point promote success in the instruction in the classroom. The procedures or procedural arrangement to follow by you, the teacher, and the learners in the classroom. So you need to do this as a teacher. So when we're talking about classroom management, they are the things that you put in classroom to bring about student learning improvement and support successful instructional um, instructional success too in the classroom. So you need to learn this to help you pass a promotion aptitude test. Now we have about 70 people. I want each and everyone to like this video. 70 people online. So make sure that you like this video. Good evening. Who is this? Mavis. Mavis, you're most welcome. You have 75 people. Everybody like the video. When you like the video, it helps us a lot. It is very important you like the video. Like it. When you like it, it helps us. So don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. You're most welcome, everybody. Good evening to everyone too. Now there are four C's in education used to teach in the 21st century skills. There are four C's, 1C, 2C, 3C, and 4Cs in education in the 21st century. In the 21st century, we have four C's, four, 1C, 2C, 3C, and 4C. What are they? One is collaboration. So in the 21st teaching classroom, there should be a collaboration in the classroom. Collaboration, that is number one. We have communication. You need to communicate well with the learners. You need, first one, you collaborate with the learners. The second one, you need to communicate well with your learners. Communication is very important in the classroom. So if your communication is something else, your learners are not going to get you. The third one is critical thinking. They need to think, your learners need to think critically. Your learners need to think critically. And the fourth one is creativity. Creativity. Your learners need to be creative. You, the teacher, need to be creative to make your class lovely. So, sorry. So in the 21st, in the 21st century, um, skills that you need to portray or you need to indicate in a classroom, you need collaboration, you need communication, you need critical thinking, and creativity. These are the four C's that you need to know. So learn this before you go and write your promotion aptitude test, and I know surely you are going to pass. Everybody like this video. It's very important. Good evening, sir. Who is that? Kofi. Kofi what? Kofi, you're most welcome. That's what I can mention. Now, the best techniques of teaching at the preschool level is what? The best technique to use at the preschool level before the school. So we have the crutch and we have the cage, the crutch and the cages. These are the preschool levels. What is the best technique to use? The best technique to use is game techniques. You need to play game with them. You need to introduce activities that involve games that will help them develop their interest in the learning. So game technique is one of the best techniques to use at the preschool level. So have it in mind. Now, one of the students of a class hardly talk in a classroom. How will you encourage him to express himself in the classroom? So if your learner hardly talk, or your learner hardly engages in the classroom activities, there are things that you need to do to engage that child. We are not learning just because of promotion. We are learning to help our learners. While we need to be promoted, we also need this to help our learners. So if your child hardly talk, you need to organize games in a classroom that will help that child to talk. So organizing educational games and activities in which the learner feel like speaking. So there are games that you involve the child, and surely the child will speak. At the appropriate time, we'll look at those games. Look at those games. Um, Happy, you're most welcome. Thank you for joining us. So organizing educational games and activities which will help the learner to be involved in speaking is one of the strategies to improve that child's learning in the classroom. So have it in mind. Now, the benefit that an educated person receives, or the society receives from an educated person. Listen to this question carefully. The benefit that the society receives from an educated person or the benefit that the educated person receive from education is called what? Can somebody put it in the comment section for me? This answer. The benefit that society receives from you. So you have been trained by the educational system of Ghana. What benefit does your locality receive from you? The benefit that the society receives from you, that you're teaching others to become like you. Then you involve in community activities. You involve in community activities. So when you go to most of the churches, there are teachers that are um, pastors, elders, they are serving the community. So those benefit that the society grasps from you or the society receives from you is called externality of education. Externality of education. Externality of education. So have it in mind. So the benefit that you get from education as an educated person, and the benefit that the society gets from you is called externality of education. Um, who got it right? Education, externality. Okay, that is great. It means that you're doing. It is my prayer that those who are following me and most of the teachers must pass the promotion aptitude test. Now, in which of the following educational policies is associated with 1951? The year 1951. Leave it in the comment section. Leave it in the comment section. I said in 1951, what educational policy was introduced in 1951? Just before the independence of Ghana, there was an educational policy that was introduced. That was introduced when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for the liberation of Ghana from the British. There was when he won the 1951 general election with CPP. He introduced a policy. It is called the National Accelerated Development Plan. National Accelerated Development Plan. That was what Kwame Nkrumah introduced just after he won the 1951 general election. So you need to know all this. While we are learning the current issues, we also look at the previous policies that were introduced by previous government. So it's very important. Now let's look at this question. Very tricky, but it is also very important. Now, the following are educational policies enacted by the Acts 778 of 2008, except so in the year 2008, where we got an educational reform that changed the entirety of our education system. That was J. Kufuor time, former President J. Kufuor time. There was this educational act that brought about the rebranding of Ghana Education Service or our education service. So one of the things that was done or was introduced in the 2008 educational reforms was the decentralization of education. Decentralization of education. That is one of the things that was established or introduced under this act. Decentralization that gave the assemblies the powers um, to mind the affairs of education. So decentralization of education was one of them. Then the establishment of the National Teaching Council. The National Teaching Council. The introduction or the establishment of the National Teaching Council, that's the NTC. It was one of the three autonomous bodies, one of the three autonomous bodies. So we have NACA, and we have NIB by then, NIB, the National Inspectorate Board by then. Now it is called the National School Inspectorate Authority. So three autonomous bodies that were introduced under this act are the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, the National Teaching Council, and the NIB, National um, the the National Inspectorate Body Board, National Inspectorate Board. These are the three things that were three autonomous bodies that were introduced in the 2008 educational reform. Then in the 2008, that the KG were officially established or officially included in the former, the mainstream of the primary school system. So before 2008, the KGs were detached. KG were not part of the primary school system. But right from the coming into being of the 2008 Educational Act brought about the KG being mainstream into the primary school system. So have it in mind. These were some of the things that were done. So have it in mind when you meet them, you know what to do. Now, the school feeding program was introduced to achieve the following. The school feeding program was introduced to achieve the following. What is the main purpose of the school feeding? The main purpose of the school feeding to increase enrollment, and to retain the learners in the classroom. To retain the learners in the classroom. So have in mind. Then increase people's attendance. Increase people attendance. People will attend school every day because of food, because they have been catered for by their basic needs, and food is one of the basic needs. So it increases the school attendance. Then one of the things that it brought about was it increased people completion rate, because there is food in schools or the various schools. It will help learners to able to stay in the classroom and complete the primary education. So have it in mind. When you read it, you're able to do justice. So what the school feeding does not do is that it doesn't increase teacher retention rate. It doesn't increase teacher retention rate. What it increases is it increases learners retention rate. Learners able to retain in the classroom and learn. That is what it does. So have it in mind when you meet it anywhere. You're able to do justice to these questions. Now, the quality of education can be measured by these factors. How do we? I think we have dealt with this question on this platform before. How do we measure educational outcomes? Or quality of education can be measured through student achievement. When students are able to achieve well, that is one of the quality of um, educational measurement. So for you to be able to measure the quality of education, the children achievement, if they pass well, then that is a good achievement of the quality of that educational system. Then two, the the system outcome or the market outcome. So when there's a demand in the market, it gives the product that are coming out are able to fit into the market system, then it means that you have a quality of educational system. Now, the KG classroom has corners activities that promote teaching and learning. How many corners does our KGs have? How many corners? Put in the comment section now. I want to see the corners of the KG madams. I know some of you are teaching in the KG. Some of you are teaching in the KG. How many corners do we have? How many corners? Please get me the feedback. How many corners do we have? Someone is saying 4. Yes, 4. And Daniel, and then so you are there. So we have 4 corners. Can we mention the 4 corners in the comment section? The 4 corners. Let's see the 4 corners. I want us to see the 4 corners. Mention 1 corner in our KG. Our KG madams. Let us get the corners. Let us get the corners. We have 4 corners. What are these corners? Mention 1. Mention 1 corner in our KGs. Mention 1 corner. Someone is saying for Ibrahim Imuru, right? 4 corners. Okay. Someone want to mention all. Sandy and make me believe. Okay, that is great. Let's continue. Let's mention the other 2. We have Sandy and make me believe corners. So someone is saying, okay, let's get them. Let's get the corners. We want to get the corners. Shopping corner, good. So what are some of the things that we see in the shopping corner? So you can see tin of milk, we can see milk tin, we can see sardine tin, and the rest. Whereas anything about shopping, it is found in the shopping corner. Sandy, nature, shopping, and make me believe. So these are the 4 corners. You never know where the question will come from. So the 4 corners, we have Sandy, we have shopping, we have nature, and make me believe. Make me believe. These are the corners that we have in our KG setting that we need to know them before we go and write our promotion aptitude tests, especially those who are going to write. The questions usually cut across. If you have studied the questions carefully, you see that the questions are overlapping. You see some questions from the DD are happening in AD1, AD2, and principal. So the questions are overlapping. So you need to be, that's why I always encourage you that when you're reading, read all the rounds, prepare on all the rounds. When you're able to prepare on all the rounds, then wherever the question comes from, you're good to go to answer the question. So don't always depend on your rank alone. If you are done with your rank, go to the other ranks and read the other questions. So consumable, yes, the shopping corner, consumable, we have things that we consume. Consumable goods, packages are kept there. So have it in mind. Now, which of the following constitute a major offense in Ghana Education Service? Major offense. When you drink while you are on duty. So those who always drink and go to the classroom, this is a major offense. It's a major offense. Then sexual immorality. These are offenses that you need not to exhibit as a teacher. You need not to portray it as a teacher. It's it's a crime. It's a crime. So don't do it. So when you drink while on duty, it's like a policeman on duty drunk. You know how he can mess up. Or a driver who is drunk while driving. You can see the mess that the person will cause. So have it in mind. And these These major offenses can cause for reduction in your rank and salary. Reduction in your ranks. When the law is applied, your your rank could be reduced. Reduction in your rank or in your salary, or embargo on your salary, or when it persists, it means that you could be terminated from, what we call it, the teaching profession. Your contract will be terminated or will be exited by the law. So have it in mind. You need to know this. Now, the subjects and activity that the school teaches the children are called what? The subject that the school teaches and the activities, the subject and activities that the school teaches are called the curriculum. It's called the curriculum or the educational programs, the subject and the activities that you teach, the content that you teach, the information that you give to the children. They are called educational programs or the curriculum activities. So educational programs are the things, the content that you are giving to the children and the activities that you are taking them through. That is educational programs. Now, um, the teaching and learning that takes place in a classroom is called educational processes. So the teaching and learning that takes place in the classroom, the instructions, the learning techniques, the methods that you employ in teaching the learners, they are called educational processes. Before that, you prepare lesson. So lesson plan preparation and exercises that you give are part of educational process. So have it in mind. The content, is the educational program. What you give to the learners, that is the educational program. But the processes in which you pass through to give the content to the learners is the educational processes. So have it in mind. So when we are talking about the methods, the techniques, the lesson plan preparation through to the lesson is delivered. That's the learning, the educational process or processes. So educational processes include the following. One, preparation of the scheme of learning, then interaction between the teacher, and the student. These are educational processes. Education processes. Then setting and marking of exercises. These are educational processes. So have it in mind. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. Subscribe if you're a new person. If you're a new person coming on board today, subscribe. And always come regularly. Always come regularly. Stay till the end of the video. That's where you're going to learn. You can ask your question. Now we have I've interacted with you about 43 minutes. Where you have challenge, where you have challenge, you note it down. When opportunity is open for you to bring your challenges, then you write it in the comment section. Then we discuss. It's very important that you do that. Now, the basic principle of effective communication include the following. Basic communication, you communicate with your staff, you communicate with the learners, you communicate with your other colleagues in a school setting or outside the school setting. What are the basic principles that you need to follow? One of the basic principle is clarity in your communication. Anytime you are communicating with the learners, there should be clarity. It should be clear. they should be able to hear your voice. Then will they accept your message? So acceptance of your message is one of the principles. Acceptance of your message. Then empathy. Are they empathetic about what you're giving to them? So when you're communicating, you don't need boldness. You don't need to be bold. So you need clarity as one. You need empathy. You need acceptance of your message. So when you're communicating, these are things that you need to portray as a communicator. Now, which of the following is a high order need in Abraham Maslow's theory of needs? So this Abraham Maslow theories of needs, we have he enumerated five um, theory of needs or needs for um, every human being. I've talked about this Abraham Maslow theory of needs, the five needs of Abraham Maslow theory. The physiological needs is one of the needs that he talks about. Also talk about the safety need, safety need. Then he also talk about um, belongingness. Belongingness is one of the needs. Then he also talk about self-actualization. Self-actualization. They are about five. Go and learn something about them. So the high order, the one that is high is self-actualization. Self-actualization is one of is the highest order of needs of Abraham Maslow, and the lowest one is the physiological needs. The physiological needs, have it in mind. So the highest one is the self-actualization. When you get there, so we have the basis. The basis is the physiological need. The one that if you don't get it, you can't survive. Food is one, air is one, water is one, shelter is one, food is one. That's the physiological needs. That's the basic needs. But the self-actualization, where you have achieved everything, self-actualization. Now, the use of funds which are meant for a particular purpose, but used for another purpose, is known as what? Monies that are meant for you to buy teaching and learning materials, then you diverted that money to buy your children school books, money that you were supposed to use to buy teaching and learning materials for your school kids. You have decided that no, I'll use that money to buy provisions and put it in my shop. It is called what? What term is used for this one? Especially the heads. This one is called what? Capitation grant has come that you're supposed to use to do minor repairs. You're supposed to use it to help the needy children. Then you decide to divert that money into your own personal use. It is called what? What is it called? It is called misapplication. You have misapplied the money. What you need to use the money to do, you have decided to use it for a different thing altogether. We call it misapplication. You have misapplied the money. You have misused the money. You have misused the money, or you have misapplied the money. Someone is saying misappropriation. 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 Well, so the correct term to use here is misapplication. You have misapplied the money. So those who are ahead, don't misapply our monies. It's very important. Now, the prescribed program of studies And other aspect of school life which are usually documented are called what? They are called what? They are called official curriculum. So official curriculum, the timetable is a documented document or documented activities. So things that we have been put in the um, in the timetable that is official. These are what we call official curriculum, and these we are bound by law to follow it. We are bound by law to go according to the laid down procedures. So official curriculum is a program or a prescribed program of studies and other aspects of the school life which are usually documented and called official official curriculum. So let me sit down. You're most welcome. We have 113 people live now. Now you're most welcome. Please, those who are joining us, don't forget to press on the like button. When you press on the like button, it is very important. Now let's move forward. Let's move forward. Today we have a lot of things. We may spend 2 hours. If we spend 2 hours, no problem, because the time is very short. The time is very short for us, and we need to cover a lot to help us pass our promotion aptitude test. So when we are delaying, don't 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 be annoyed. It's someone said anibraba tutorials. It's called anibraba. So we need to cover a lot. Now, the institutions responsible for establishing ethical standard for teachers in Ghana is called what? What is the five regulatory body acts? There is one body that deals with the ethics of teachers, the ethical standard of teachers. What is the name of that institution or that body? It is it Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Education, Ghana TVET Council, or National Teaching Council? What is the answer? In the comment section. Put it in the comment section for us. The institution or the body responsible for establishing ethical standard for teachers in Ghana is called the NTC. So the NTC deal with, that's why it gives you lances. When you don't follow the lances or you don't follow the procedures, your lances is taken away from you. You are not following um, the ethical standard being laid down. Then your license is taken and you are no more a teacher, or you are not recognized as a teacher in Ghana Education Service or the Ghana education system. So the National Teaching Council deals with the ethical standard, licensing, registration of teachers, and the rest. It is in the hands of the NTC, or taking the lances away from you, revoking your lances. It is the work of NTC. So have it in mind. All the following are true about National Teaching Council, except. So, what are some of the responsibilities of National Teaching Council? The National Teaching Council. What are the responsibilities? They, it has a chunk of responsibility. One of the responsibility of the National Teaching Council, that is NTC, is it is responsible for the registration and licenses of teachers at basic and the senior high school level. That is one of the functions that it does. I earlier told you that it deals with the ethical. So it deals the ethical standard of teachers in Ghana. So one of the ethical responsibility that it does is it registers teachers and give them licenses, basic and the senior high school. So have it in mind. Then another responsibility that it has is that it establishes the framework around the teacher's employment at the basic and the senior high school level. So for every teacher to be employed, then you need a license. You need a license, and the license give you the opportunity for you to be employed in into the basic school or into the senior high school. These two institutions or these two level of education, for you to become a teacher there, you need to go through this framework. Then review the professional practice and ethical standard teachers at the um, basic level in the senior high school level. These are the functions that it performs. So what it does not do, it does not recruit teachers to the pre-tertiary institution. That one is the function of GS. GS does the recruitment. GS is responsible for the recruitment of teachers, but not NTC. So have it in mind when you see this, you're able to pass your promotion exams. Now let me pass this comments. Right after this, right after this question, I'm going to mention all those who have never supported. Now you are enjoying those who have supported. We have we have thousands of people who always come to this platform to enjoy the data some people have contributed for us to bring you this life, and you are not doing. So I'm going to mention names one by one. If you know you have not contributed, go back and contribute and come. Other than that, I'll mention your name. Go back and contribute for us to buy more data right from now up to 29th and 30th. Other than that, I'll mention your name. I'll mention your name on this platform that you are not be contributing. I don't want to mention anybody's name. So if you don't want that, please go and contribute. Do something. Help us with data. Data is much important for us. So if you don't help us, I'll mention your name. If you don't want your name to be mentioned, Mr. If you don't want your name to be mentioned, please go and support. The support is very important to keep us going. Please let's support. It is very important. If you want us to bring the tutorials every day, we need your support to help us bring this every day. Now, the factors affecting curriculum development is or are, what are some of the factors that affect curriculum development? Political interference is one of them, or political unwillingness is one of the things that affect curriculum development. Someone is asking, say, but what is your number for us to support? Please, the Momo line is just beneath the video. It's there 0241689382. So you can contribute your distance so that you buy more data and able to serve you well. When I mention it, some people are running away. Some people are running away. They don't want their name to be mentioned. I will mention your names. I will mention your name if you don't contribute. So factors that affect curriculum development is one. Political interference is one, or the political factor is one. Then we have technical factor. The technocrats. Do we have the technocrats to help the curriculum development, or the technical people? That is one of the factors that is affecting curriculum development. Then we also have economic factors. Economic factors are also a prevailing factors that that brings about that affects curriculum development. Someone is saying the needs of the learners. So something that affects curriculum development, the needs of the learners are also part. The needs of the learners also affect curriculum. So for you to develop the curriculum, you need to consider the needs of the learners. So the needs of the learners or the needs of the society also affect curriculum development. Those who are running away, you don't want to support, please try and support you. I'll mention your name, Mr. Susu and so. He has been coming. The number is just there. The number is on the screen. So try and support us. So we have political issues, we have technical issues, we have economic issues, and we have the needs of the society. These are the things that affect the curriculum development. So if you come across them, sorry, let me take. Please, if today is your first time of coming, raise up your hand. If today is your first time of coming, raise up your hand so that I'll welcome you well. If today is your first time of coming or coming across this, people were when I started this, people thought it was just a mere distance. It was a mere kind of thing that people didn't take things serious. If we had taken things serious, Esther Honu, yeah, Esther, you say you call me Esther Honu from Volta region, right? Esther, are you from Volta region? Let me get it from you, Volta region. Then Beatrice, you're also welcome. New person, you're most welcome. Some people are leaving. You leave. Where I will mention some important things. That's where you're going to struggle. The important things. Then we also have Dennis Ajay. You're a new person. You're most welcome. Now let's continue. So you're a new person. Voter region. Esther Honu. It seems you called me either yesterday or today. Esther, let me get from you. See, you called me yesterday or today from voter region. My Voltarians, you're most welcome. My Voltarians, they are my lovely backbone. I love them so much. I love everybody, right? Hmm. Now, decentralization takes all the following forms except decentralization takes the following forms or takes all the following form decentralization. And that is yesterday, yes, yesterday. Then we also have Deborah. Deborah, you're most welcome. Let's continue. So when we're talking about decentralization, the education has been decentralized right from the national. Some of the powers have been given to regional educational directory to operate. Francisca, you're most welcome. And down to the district and down to the school. So education has been decentralized. Responsibilities have been shared. That's the shared responsibility, decentralization. So some of the forms of decentralization is one, devolution. I've talked about devolution in on this platform. Devolution. Devolution is it simply means where the a unit is backed by a law to take their own decision to help themselves. When we talk about devolution, that is where it is being backed by law. A unit is being backed by law to take their own decision. That is devolution. They also have delegation. Delegation is different from devolution. Delegation is where, let's take it in the school level, the head is having the powers, then giving part of his powers to his subordinate to work or to exercise that responsibility. is delegation. You have given part of your powers, you have given part of your responsibilities to your subordinates to do the work that you're supposed to do. That is delegation of powers. Then we also have um, de deconcentration. Deconcentration, assuming that, let's take education, the district education directorate. There are some material that came that um, head teachers need to converge at the district directorate or the municipal directorate to take those things. Then the head of supply decided that no, I will go to the various circuits to distribute those items to the head teachers. That is deconcentration. They don't want them to come and converge at the district office. So they will move from the district office to the various circuits and give those materials to them. I was there yesterday. Let me get this. I was there yesterday, but you you didn't welcome me. Say, oh, I'm sorry, Madam Letitia. Letitia, I'm sorry. You're most welcome. Letitia, you're most welcome. Momo name. My Momo name is Agromekwaju. Agromekwaju. That is Agrome. Then you add Kwaju. Kwaju is Kwadwo. My brand name is the Sesame on YouTube. That's my brand name. That is my brand name. But my actual name is Agromekwaju. Agrome. Then add the Kwaju. That is the Momo name. So you can go back and support. Now, all of the following are guidance and counseling services, except which one is not guidance and counseling services. So in guidance and counseling services, you give out information. The information that you give out help the one that you are counseling, the one that you are giving guidance. Then you need orientation. That person needs to be oriented. You need to rebrand the brain, rebrand the person thinking. That is one of the things. Then right after all these things, you need to do placement services. Placement services. So in garden and counseling services, you give out information. 2, you do orientation services. 3, you do placement services. These are the things that you need to do. These are the things that you need to do. Okay. Wow. That is so great. Super. Let me. So you need to do these services. Now, let's look at this question. An amount set to meet a minor expenses in the school by the school head is called what? This question was asked by one of the promotion candidates. That what is this term? There is a term, money that you set aside to do minor expenses is called impress. Minor finances that you set aside to solve minor problems, minor issues, minor challenges is called what? It is called impress. So the one who asked the question some weeks ago is being answered here. So it is called impress. Impress. That is IMPRES, impress. So small money set aside for minor expenses in the school is called um, it is called uh, impress. It is called impress. It is called impress. Impress is where you set some small amount aside to solve small problems. That is impress. So if you take capitation grant and you decide that no, this capitation grant, I need to put 100 Ghana cedis in case of in case of any eventuality, any difficult situation that may, no, any minor situation that may pop up. Let's take it that in a school setting, you could be there and a child is injured. So you need this amount that you have set aside to rush the child to the nearby clinic for the child to get treatment. So if there's no money, if you are not set money aside, how will you solve that child's problem? So you need to do that. Evelyn, you're also a new person. Eh? Evelyn, uh, is it Nansa? Evelyn, Evelyn, right? You're most welcome. You're most welcome. So when we are talking about small money set aside for minor expenses, it is called impress. We also have the term called provision. Provision is different from impress. I said, have it in mind. Provision is different from impress. Now, dash is an amount of money set aside by the municipal director to meet future contingency in the office or in the school, in the future contingency, in the future circumstance, in a future difficult times. You set money aside. Listen carefully. This one, you set money aside for future occurrence, not minor, not minor occurrence. Minor occurrence is where you use the impress, but for future eventuality, so future contingency in the school or in the office, that one we use provision. Provision. We make provision for anything unforeseen thing that may happen. But anything concerning minor issues, that's where we use impress. So have it in mind. Now, how many assessments are carried out under school-based assessment? How many how many assessments are carried out? So, and during the when we're using the continuous assessment, we have about 33 assessments that have been um, done. But the school-based assessment, we have only 12 assessment, 12 assessment that have been done, 12 assessment, and they have been grouped into 4 parts. We have the individual tests, we have group tests, then we have project work, and the last one. Put the last one in the comment section. I've mentioned 3. We have individual tests, group tests, and we have project work. What's the name of the last one? Put it in the comment section for me. We have spent about an hour 13 minutes. We are left with 7 minutes to hit 120 minutes. Then we'll call it off for the day and come back tomorrow for another beautiful lesson. So I said that we have 4 groups of assessment for this school-based assessment. What's the last one? What's the last one? Rejoice. That's class tests. Class tests. That's the last one. So we have individual tests, we have group tests, we have project work, and we have class tests, right? And they all sum up to 60 marks. Then you scale it. You scale it. Mousy counts for the explanation on the impress and the provision. Mousy. So The interest is money set aside for minor expenses. Minor expenses. There are small things that you need to do. That is minor expenses. But money that you put aside for anything that may happen, anything that may happen. That's why we say the contingency, also called contingency fund. Contingency in a difficult situation. That's where we bring in the provision. So have it in mind. Now a document proves that cash has been received is called what? A document that proves that cash has been received is called, is it cash book, checkbook, cash receipt, or honor certificate? Leave it in the comment section. This one I will not tell you the answer. Leave it in the comment section. It is called what? Let me sip my distance. What is it called? A document that proves that cash has been received. It is called what? It is called the cash receipt book. Cash receipt book. Cash receipt book. So go back and learn about the financial records books. We have three types of books in the school: academic, financial, and administration. These are the three types of books that are kept in the school: finance, administration, and academic. Finance, administration, and academic. So these are the books that you need to read about. They are very important. Get them, whether you like it or not. You get them in the promotion aptitude test, and it is very important we learn them. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Oko video na say ye won ne aye ne nsa no say man nye ne asi ne trase say no ne aye say ha for some mia so na yede na like uwia hwere bibi kakra o comment section nse o twere thank you grandpa mani baji ha o twere thank you mani baji now o twere oh god bless you mani baji pa e o comment section nse uwia so afei na waba me platform no so a na waba promotion platform no so a uwia click on where na ya try to subscribe no twere subscribe ha pia subscribe button no so bu say ebe show notification bell ho ha pia notification bell na fa to all next time say video no me ya live e bia obi say kunkun wanya notification no na why then what join live no enya afi na ye be share link bia that ha obi bisa say someone is asking, do I understand P? Yes, but I'm not good in writing. Beatrice, God bless you. Thank you so much, Beatrice. You're most welcome. Let's continue. Do with one or two questions. We're about 2 minutes to end, or we should continue. Those who say we should continue, write yes in the comment section. If you want us to continue, write yes. If you want us to end, say write end. End now. If you want us to end, write end now. If you want us to continue about 5 minutes time, you write yes. Letitia, God bless you. Thank you. I'm most grateful. Now the FQ is the FQ was introduced in which year? Which year was the FQ? The free compulsory universal basic education. Which year was it introduced? By this time, if you don't know this, please, Abba. Someone is saying yes. Hey, you don't want me to sleep? Huh? You are. Someone is saying you are what? You are not tired. If you are not tired, then yes. Some people are saying yes, we should continue. Hey, I'm tired of you. I've talked about one hour, close to 2 hours. Rejoice 1995. So the F cube was introduced in 1995. The and it has three key objectives. It has three key objectives, the FQ. So the FQ that brought the four frontline deputy directors and AD directors in our education directorate. Someone is saying yes. Oh, Franklin, Abba, you not let me rest. Sorry, you let me rest. That is great. I'm not well, but I'm trying. I'm trying, right? I'm trying. Someone is, Letitia is saying yes. Letitia, uh, please, something that you don't understand, jot it down and ask the question in the comment section, right? Mhm. So the FQ was introduced in Maxwell. Maxwell, don't call. Hey, you want us to continue? You want to kill me? That is great. So the FQ was introduced in 1995. 1995 that it was introduced. Now the capitation grant can be used for the following. Mention one use of the capitation grant. If you are ahead here, mention one use of the capitation grant. Capitation grant no for there na ede. You school adan. You have done well. Thank you. And Ibrahim. Ibrahim Boros, I'll go with Ibrahim. I'm tired, right? I'll go with Ibrahim. So let's mention one use of the capitation grant in the comment section. Then we end. That's the last question. Write one minor repairs. That is great. Minor repairs. Uh, you need rest also. Yes, I need rest. That's why I'm saying this is my last question. This is my last question. So capitation grant can be used for the following. Mention one use of the capitation grant. Then we go. Someone is saying minor repairs. That is one. Minor repairs. Minor repairs. Okay. Let's get it in the comment section. Please, let's do it fast. Hey, uh, is it Muftal Jibril? You say we should continue. I'm tired. I'm tired. So you can go back and rewatch the video. You can go back and rewatch the video. Please. Someone is saying minor repairs. Someone say pictures of teaching and learning materials. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see. Minor repairs. Yes, more things that we use capitation grant to do. Someone with pictures of TLMs. Okay, TLMs. Now it is no more called TLMs. It is called teaching and learning resources. TLR. TLR. Teaching and learning resources. This time, the new curriculum brought a new term: teaching and learning resources. Yes, someone saying enrollment drive. Yes, and then Alidu. That's enrollment drive. We use it to drive enrollment, to increase enrollment. That's one of the things that we use capitation grant for. We don't use capitation grant to build a urinal, to build a toilet, to build a school block. Even the money that comes is very small. You cannot use it to do anything. So we can also use capitation grant to organize in-service training or PLC. PLC. So organizing or conducting in-service training. That's one of the functions as the uses of capitation grant, enrollment drive. Then one of the key things, support the needy. We also use capitation grant to support the needy. So tonight, that is this what we can offer. We'll come back. We'll come back. Um, we'll come back tomorrow. If your support can, I'll come back tomorrow. If you don't support, we end it and say bye bye, go and write. And go and write. Or I will decide that I'll come live, but I'll share it with a small number of people. Small number of people. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be selfish. No. Everybody must enjoy. But if you want to enjoy, others are supporting and you are not supporting, please try and support. The number is on the screen 02416893882. So we use the capitation grant to support the needy buying of lesson notebook, that's the teaching and learning resources. And we use it to organize PLC or in-service training. These are the uses of capitation. We don't use capitation grant to mold blocks and raise a school building or raise a urinal or toilet. No, we don't use capitation grant for those things. Those things are in the hands of the DIOC. The DIOC reports any infrastructural challenge to the district assembly through the director so that they will come and work on those things. These are the things that capitation grant is used on. God bless you and have a good night. We shall meet tomorrow. Support. Your support is welcome. Support us, support us, support us. Now, they are saying it is raining heavily. Who is saying it? Um, for in-service training, that is good. Jibril, that is so great. You have done well. God bless everybody. It is my prayer that all of you who are on this platform should pass the promotion aptitude test, and we will all come back and celebrate. When the results come, we'll all come back here and celebrate. Thank you. God bless you and have a good night. Shalom. Bye bye.